Ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening to you. Thank you for joining us tonight. Apologies for the slightly delayed start. We've just been tallying all our drawers for this evening. It's a very technical operation. I know it's a little nippy, and I know a lot of you out there have had a very long day starting with Brecky with the Stars this morning. But welcome. This is the official barrier draw for Saturday's $3 million at the Star Stradbroke. $6.5 million on offer. Couple of Group 1s and a massive day of racing. I'm Pat Welch. It's a pleasure to be helping you out this evening, and it's wonderful to be back here in these stunning surrounds. Only a few floors from where we launched the carnival not all that long ago. Can I welcome our host of guests, our host of VIPs and officials, and I know Carl will go through them very, very shortly. And naturally, an extra special welcome to the trainers and the connections. Slightly nervous trainers and connections getting ready to do the barrier draw. I was just having a look around, and this is always fraught, picking out names, but I saw Craig Cousins and Ben Hayes, David McComb, Matty Sears, Toby Edmonds, Matt Dale. Welcome, leading trainers all, and wonderful to have you all with us here tonight. And I wish you all plenty of luck, both tonight and on Saturday when Eagle Farm will be punting. I think it's pretty clear, even though it is a little nippy tonight, that the weather guides are smiling and headquarters will be glistening on Saturday afternoon. Now, some encouragement for the connections if you do draw just a little wider than you were hoping. It is worth remembering, ladies and gentlemen, last year's winner of the Star Stradbroke, Steffi Magnetica, came from barrier 15. And in 2022, Alligator Blood won from gate 17. So tonight's barrier draw, we're going live streaming on the Brisbane Racing Club's YouTube channel. So welcome to the many viewers taking in the proceedings that way. The draw isn't far away, but first, he did have a big smile on Saturday afternoon as we sailed through 10 races and 3 Group 1s at Eagle Farm under crystal clear skies. And I reckon he'll be smiling again this weekend. Ladies and gentlemen, the CEO of the Brisbane Racing Club, Carl de Croo.
Thanks, Paddy. I'll be smiling if we can just turn the temperature up a little bit as well. It was chilly this morning and chilly this evening, but it is winter, and here we are. So welcome, everyone. It's a great pleasure to welcome you here to the official barrier draw of the 2025 Star Stradbroke Handicap, which really is the crown jewel of Queensland's Winter Racing Carnival. First of all, I would like to just thank some of the special guests that we have in the room. But to be honest, if you're in this room or in this open air space today, you're all a special guest because you've got a connection to Queensland's best race. And I speak particularly to the owners. It's every owner's dream to have a horse in a race like the Star Stradbroke. And it must be a great thrill for you to get to this stage. Now there's a little bit of magic to happen and you try and draw a barrier to help your cause on Saturday. I am going to call out a few really important sponsors in the room because without the sponsors, we really struggle to run a race club like the Brisbane Racing Club. So firstly, to our naming rights sponsor, the Star, not only the sponsor of the Star Stradbroke season, but also the race. To Kelvin Dodd and his team, Daniel Finch is on his way, but he's running a little late. But the Star have been a fantastic partner for the Brisbane Racing Club and particularly over this carnival. This whole precinct now and what it's brought to the city is something really special, and it's really elevated our carnival to a whole new level. We've seen that. We had the season launch here a number of weeks ago. In some ways, it feels like a couple of days. In others, months. But it's been, a great addition to our city. We've got the barrier draw obviously here this evening, and on Friday we've got the first Ladbrokes Stradbroke Calcutta event here. We've sold it out a couple of times now. We're up to about 600 people in the room on Friday. We have held a couple of those tables back just for owners groups, knowing that they're waiting to see if their horse got a run in the Stradbroke. So if you would like to claim a table for the Calcutta on Saturday, reach out to one of the team, and we'll definitely make sure that we look after you for that. Speaking of Ladbrokes, our key wagering partner, they've been a great partner for a number of years now to the Brisbane Racing Club, and it really is their time to shine through the Stradbroke season. They'll sponsor the JJ Atkins on Saturday, which is one of our best races, and it's great to have Amy Cruikshank and a big team here from Ladbrokes tonight. To our broadcast partner, Channel 7, represented by Todd Dickinson in the room and a number of others, They really are a great partner of ours, and you see their coverage across the Channel 7 network every Saturday, and they really elevate those pictures to a whole new level for us. Also to our key partners at Racing Queensland and Curic. I know Lachlan Murray, the acting CEO of Racing Queensland, is here tonight, and a number of the board. Also Curic, we've got Kim Kelly, the Deputy Commissioner here. He's had a busy day, a couple of big inquiries that he's been working through. I think he's cleared a jockey to ride in the Stradbroke, so that's good news. But really, those guys are very important to our overall industry, and they'll also keep the barrier draw honest tonight, so thank you. Well, here we are. As I said, whereas a number of weeks ago that we stood here for the season launch, and now we're really down to the grand final time for the Star Stradbroke Handicap. It is our best race, and it's the one that everyone wants to win. It was first run in 1890, and it's been chased ever since, not only by connections here in Queensland, but throughout the country and from internationally. Since 2023, the Stradbroke has carried $3 million in prize money, and it now holds a coveted place among the Longines World Top 100 races. Beyond its racing pedigree, the Star Stradbroke season is an economic powerhouse for Queensland. A recent IER report shows Queensland racing industry now contributes $2.5 billion annually to the economy. And this carnival is a major contributor to that through hospitality, tourism, wagering and jobs across the state. The field for the 2025 Stradbroke Handicap is one of high quality and of great depth. And what's even better is we've got such a strong local hand. Across the carnival, we've seen great performances from locally trained horses, and on Saturday that will continue in our best race. Rob Heathcote's mighty warhorse Rothfire, runner-up in the 2023 race, and out to go one better. Go team. They've got a handy bit of an addition, change of gear there, this time with J-Mac jumping on board as well. So if anyone can do it, he certainly can. But he won't be the lone hand in the race. We've also got Payline, Yellow Brick, Spicy Martini, The Inflictor. All great stories in themselves. So well done, guys. Give yourself a cheer. It's great to have a runner in this race. I certainly don't want to rain on your parade, but you won't have it all your own way. We've obviously got some great horses headlined by the likes of Private Eye, who's shown his class and his many trips to Queensland, and also the Hayes boys. They come in with a very strong hand, the two favourites at the top of the market in War Machine and Rise at Dawn. There was a few nervous moments for Rise at Dawn. They weren't sure he was getting in this morning, but the attrition rate was high, and they'll go in with a very strong hand, trying to win the race for the first time for Lindsay Park. I also want to make a special call out because this is a race that not only resonates across the country, but it also resonates globally. And I just wanted to pay tribute to the Hong Kong Jockey Club and their World Pool in conjunction that we run with Sky Racing. We're represented in the room today by Sam Nadai and a couple of his team that have made the trip down from Hong Kong. They've supported our carnival unbelievably. Already 7 races across the carnival have been broadcast via the World Pool into more than 25 countries, which is great exposure, not only for the Brisbane Racing Club, but for Queensland racing and everything that we do so well every single week. We've got 2 more races to come in as part of the World Pool, the Stradbroke obviously, but also the Hong Kong Jockey Club World Pool Q22, which is a fascinating race in itself. So Sam and your team, thanks so much for the support that you've shown for our carnival. Paddy, thank you. Paddy touched on it before that there's no such thing as a bad barrier in this race. There's just some that are probably better than others. 13 winners have jumped from barrier 10 or wider in the last 25 years. 4 of the last 5 winners have come from barrier 10 or worse. And barriers 4 and 6 have each delivered 3 winners in the last 25 years. There's a couple that haven't delivered a winner, but let's not go into that. In closing, I just want to thank you all for coming out tonight. As I said, it's been a chilly week. It was a chilly morning this morning for Breakfast with the Stars, but this really is Queensland Racing's time to shine. And on behalf of the Brisbane Racing Club, our board of directors, I'm so thrilled with how our carnivals come together, and we really look forward to finishing strongly on Grand Final Day. Thanks so much.
Our CEO, ladies and gentlemen, Carl de Croo, absolutely agree, mate. We've witnessed some extraordinary racing at Eagle Farm and Doomben over the last 5 weeks, and it's about to hit the crescendo. Well done to you and to your team. It's been brilliant. Okay, down to business, ladies and gentlemen. How tonight will play out. Currick's Chief Steward, Josh Adams, who's had a busy day with Jeff. His deputy, Jeff Gould, will join us on stage. And from the famous machine, ladies and gentlemen, has been with us for a long, long time at barrier draws. Josh will pull a number, and that will align to the horse in the Stradbroke field. Connections for that horse, and when I call your name, please join us at the front. We'll then head to the stage. You don't need to join us on stage, just from the front there. Grab one of these little crystal pieces, and on the bottom of that will be the number which will align with your barrier. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's get this party started. Josh and Jeff, it's all yours. One of the emergencies, number 20. There's a story in this one too. For Tony Gollan, Transatlantic is first one out. Just missing at this stage, second emergency. I think Harindo Anderson is going to join us from the BRC. See if you can make Mr. Gollan happy. Barrier 22. The answer to that is probably no. Horse 8 is Payline, one of the locals for Chris and Corey Muntz, ladies and gentlemen. Travis Chivers is joining us at pace. Got a preference? Race 8, number 8, barrier 8. Number 7, happy? Number 7 for Payline, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Josh. Horse number 2, here we go, another one of the local favourites. Yes, that's right, I knew they'd make a noise. The Rough Fire team, ladies and gentlemen. They've worked wonders to get to this race. The Thriller from Chinchilla. Christian, 17. You may have some questions to answer when you get back to join the team. Barrier 17 for Rough Fire. Horse number 14 is the Instructor for Gay and Adrian. Holly Bohr is going to draw the number. Holly, from the back of the room. Thank you, Holly, with our barrier attendants, and you can take the pick of the table. No pressure. Barrier 12 for the Instructor. So there's some low ones, plenty of low ones still there. Josh? Horse number 16, here we go. You know who it is, it's the Inflictor. For Craig Cousins, Kurt's going to draw the number. Kurt Turner, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. What a story. This will be one of the fairy tales if the Inflictor can get the money on Saturday. We'll have a chat to Craig after the proceedings. It's barrier 6. We're going to cheer from the Inflictor team. I might be able to inflict a little bit of damage from there. Horse 5 is Yellow Brick. I think Matty's here. Tony and Madison Sears. Yeah, Matty is here. One of Queensland's favourites. Pin-up horse from the Darling Downs. Matty, you decided to take on this responsibility yourself from the back. Barrier 8. Happy, Matty? Very happy. Thumbs up from Team Sears. One of our emergencies, horse number 23, is Warney for Kieran Ma. Gemma is going to draw it from the BRC. Gemma, where are you? I've been toiling all day. Were you at breakfast with the stars this morning as well? Not quite. It's It's been a long enough day. All right, Warnie, last of our emergencies. Horse number 23, barrier 5 for Warnie. Thank you, Josh. Horse number 17 is Firestorm from the legendary Chris Waller stable. Richard Morrison, the chairman, is doing the honours. He told me earlier that he does have a pretty good track record at the barrier draws. Normally a no lumber when he's front and centre. So Richard, what can you do? Barrier 16 for Firestorm. Thank you, Richard. Horse number 18, the last one into the field today. I know Toby's here. Spicy Martini. Holly Penfold is going to draw. Holly, thank you. Got a preference? Have you got a preference? No? Huh? Barrier 4, how does that sound, Toad? Happy with that? For Spicy Martini. Another great story as well. Horse 10 is Front Page. Matt Dale's here. Matt's not drawing. James Frayne from the BRC is going to draw. He doesn't want to mock. Ooh, I don't know whether Matthew is going to be happy with barrier 20. Damien Thornton to ride. One Saturday's Morton Cup. Horse number 11 is Robusto from the Beyond Baker barn. Kieran McAvoy to ride. Brett Clyden is going to join us. Brett, thank you. Straight to the first one he saw. Barrier 19. Heading away, hopefully not in disgust, for Robusto. Aha. Number 1, the war horse, or one of the many war horses in this race. Private Eye, ladies and gentlemen, for Joe Pride. Beck Hill will draw. First up from a decent spell. Thank you, Beck. The 7-year-old gelding with almost 12 million in prize money. Barrier 10 for our top weight, Private Eye. Ben Hayes still nervously waiting. Horse 12 is Far Too Easy for David McComb. Don Wardlaw is going to draw. Well, David, what would you like, mate? You'd like barrier 1? Okay. Barrier 9. Inside 10. It's okay. Horse number 4, Comanche, ladies and gentlemen, for Gary Portelli. Mick Pearson to draw. Gary, multiple Group 1 winner, but yet to win a Group 1 in Queensland. Barrier 14. There's still a few low ones there. Thank you, Mick. Horse number 15 is Basusto for Annabelle and Rob Archibald. Got a preference? Barrier 3. Someone's got to get it right in a moment, haven't they? Barrier 11 for Basusto. One of the emergencies. Horse 21 for Chris Waller, Waterford. Jazz is going to draw this from the BRC. Been working hard all afternoon. to get this night together. Let's see if you can keep Team Waller happy. Barrier 18 for Waterford. Are there any low ones to come out? You sure you put them out there, Josh? Yeah. Horse number 13, ladies and gentlemen, is Rise at Dawn. Here we go, the second of the, well, maybe the first of the Hayes runners. We'll find out from Ben shortly. Ben is going to do the honours himself. One of the very few without a jacket on today. Barrier 3. No wonder, and the smile might get big. Rise at Dawn from 3. Horse 9 is next up. Punch Lane for Anthony and Sam Friedman. Aileen is going to draw. Another who's been very, very busy with the BRC today. Thank you, Aileen. See if you can make the Freedies happy. 21. I don't know whether that will make them happy, to tell you the truth. 5 left by my calculations. We all hope so. Horse 19, first of the emergencies, also from the Waller Barn, Coleman. Mitch Black is going to draw. Thank you, Mitch. Still got our race favourite to go. Barrier 23. Doesn't get any wider. There are definitely some low ones left here. 4 left, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Horse 7, ladies and gentlemen. War Machine. For the Hayes team, Stephen Pitfold is going to draw. Stephen, where are you? Oh, he's snuck up on the side. Thank you, mate. What would you like for the race fave? Barrier 13, lucky for some. For the race favourite. 3 left. 22, another one of our emergencies, ladies and gentlemen, is Pier. Darren and Brian Weatherly stables. Perrin is going to draw. Perrin for the BRC. Thank you, Perrin. For Pier. Barrier 15. 2 left. So those connections have been waiting nervously all the way along. Horse 3, ladies and gentlemen, Desert Lightning. Peter Moody, Catherine Coleman. I think Bart's going to draw for his great old mate, Peter Moody. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Bart. The doyen. There's got to be, well, there's only 2 left. You'll get the back marker. He's going to be very, very happy indeed. Barrier 1, ladies and gentlemen, for Peter Moody and Catherine Coleman, sprinter, Desert Lightning. And we have 1 left. It should come out to Golden Mile for James Cummins. Camille is going to draw. You've been waiting a long time, Camille. You've got no choice. I haven't been doing my maths. I can't tell you what it is, but it is low. It's Barrier 2. There is our draw, ladies and gentlemen. Josh, Jeff, happy that everything's above board? We'll have a look at the board. While you're doing that, I might invite Ben Hayes, because he's probably very keen to get out and find a jumper somewhere. Ben, please join us on stage. Make him welcome, ladies and gentlemen, for the wildly successful Hayes team. He's got an unwanted record here. Ben, welcome. 3 and 13. I'm very well. Probably warmer than you. I'll sell you the jacket.
Yeah, well, Brisbane's known for having warm weather, and I've come here and they were saying it's one of the coldest mornings I've had all year, so I was a bit cold this morning.
Now, we know the dynasty, we know CS, we know David, we know you boys are carrying on this tradition, but the Hayes team has never, ever won Queensland's great race.
We haven't. It's a race that CS, he didn't have too many runners over the Brisbane Carnival, but it is a race that's eluded us. Dad had a couple as well, and the whole Lindsay Park. We had our first runner last year, and He unfortunately didn't go as well as we hoped, but I think this year we've got the best hand we've ever had, and hopefully with a couple nice draws there, we should get every chance.
We've seen Rise at Dawn at the weekend, but War Machine we haven't seen since dominating the BRC Sprint. Tell us the latest. Give us the update.
The stable's very happy. He worked this morning. He worked by himself, and he worked really nicely. He had a good look at the course proper, and through the line he was good, and he enjoyed getting back on top of the ground. So, no, we're really happy, and he's done everything right. He looks fantastic, and everyone's happy with him. So, just got to wrap him up in cotton wool to get him to the big day.
The barrier, I think 13, you'll probably come in a couple. I haven't just checked completely, but happy, or would you have liked to be in a little inside that?
With the available gates, I actually didn't mind 13. Drawn in the middle, and with a couple emergencies drawn inside us, we'll draw in a couple. So it just gives Tim a little bit more options. There's a bit of speed out wide, just quickly looking at it. So there'll be a lot of horses crossing. So he should be able to get in that 3 wide line with a bit of cover, and hopefully have a nice run in transit.
Just quickly on this horse, there's a deal of emotion involved here, isn't it? With Mike Moroney, the story there, etc.
We've been very fortunate to be given the opportunity. We got approached by Rupert and Percy and everyone involved, and it's an offer you couldn't say no to, and we've been very lucky to pick up these horses. Mike was a fantastic trainer, and he had lots of success, lots of Group 1 success, and he had a lot of nice horses. So we're benefiting from that, and we'll do best to get a result for him.
Well, the team's flying. All right, let's go. Rise at Dawn. You've got a nice inside barrier there. Beaten 2.5 lengths by Jolly Star at the weekend. After a bit of a spell, it looked like just the perfect hit out, didn't it?
It was. He ended up being in the inside of that on the day of the inside wasn't probably the place to be, and in the worst part of the track. And I think you can look back to his spring carnival where he ran in the All-Star Mile. He got beaten 2.5 lengths there at Weight for Age. And then he came out and he ran 4th in a Donny, beaten 0.5 of a length. And he went very, very close. So Weight for Age to handicap's a big difference. And he gets a big drop in weight with 52.5. And I can tell everyone that he was bouncing this morning. He's come through the run in really good order. So we're confident he can run really well. He's a horse that's got a lot of ability, and I think Barrier 3 gives him an opportunity to have a great run.
I suppose that was the question. How did you back up after the week? We know his pedigree is great, isn't it? I mean, in the big races, he performs.
Yeah, and he always has. And we've never backed him up before, so we'll be learning. But it wasn't by design. Unfortunately, the weather here had a say to that. But very happy with the way he's come through it. He's had a good blow. He's pulled up well, and he's definitely a danger to not just War Machine, but all the others in the race.
All right, just very quickly, and I'll let you go and find a warm spot. To your 2 biggest dangers.
I think you've got to respect probably the Group 1 winners, Rothfire, Private Eye. Yeah, they're probably the main ones. Komachi was a good run in the Kingsford Smith as well, finished alongside Rise at Dawn. So, you respect them all. Group 1s are so hard to win. Quite often you can go in with a short price favourite and you get beaten. It's happened a lot. So you just got to hope you get the luck and it all goes to plan. And to win biggest race in Queensland would be a huge effort for the whole team and big feather in our cap. So hopefully we can do it.
I know the team is flying, and we're grateful that you've brought your team up here and grateful that you've come along tonight. Really appreciate it. Best of luck at the weekend.
Fingers crossed.
Ben Hayes, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Hey, as we mentioned right the way through, there is the chance of a wonderful fairy tale story at the weekend involving quite a few horses, but I doubt the fairy tale around this horse will be much bigger. The yarn will be much bigger. Please welcome, ladies and gentlemen, from Team Inflictor, Craig Cousins. With his, he's loving it too. He's got a new suit for the weekend. He's about to do a stack of media. He's got himself a decent draw, and he's become a real star of the show. Welcome, mate. Team of 3, I read?
No, 2, mate. 2.
Down to 2.
Yeah.
And you're not driving trucks for the week. You've taken the week off.
No, I took from today to next Tuesday off, yeah. I booked it 4 months ahead, and I had a good feeling, and it's even been greater tonight, seeing Barrier 6.
So there's been a little bit of confidence, isn't there? You won the Gateway, obviously. You had to carry on. You had to make a decision on whether you go ahead of the race. It's all unfolded.
As I said when he won the Gateway that day, he had to prove to me and the connections that he was up to it. His first up run was great. I then took him to the stakes level down the Gold Coast on a testing track, and he proved in Lister grade that he was up to it. And then the other day, the icing was on the cake with that win in the Benchmark 85. And, just quickly, he's won the Star Gateway. He's won the Star Benchmark 85. They say things coming through, so let's hope.
Calvin, are you listening? There you go.
Thanks,
There's the best plug you can get. Hey, we were talking about this before, the name. Now, under the Louvre, which we know has won this race, but the Inflictor, where do you get the Inflictor from?
He got it from Kurt Turner, the main owner, is a Mad Rooster supporter, and he loves Victor Radley and Victor the Inflictor, so that's how he got the name. But strangely, his stable name is Louis.
Hey, has it been, and I know you've been in this caper for a long time, it's in the family, but I read in a Benny Dorry story the other day that Chris Waller came up and congratulated you on how the horse is going and how you've prepared it. I mean, it's got to be a little surreal at the moment, mate, isn't it?
Yeah, it is surreal, but since the Gateway, like the week before the Gateway, I turned on the Wednesday. On the Saturday, I turned 60. It's been the greatest 60th year of my life. And then he's won the slot race, the Gateway, and then and just people are racing that's come and congratulated me the last fortnight. It's been unbelievable. And yeah, Chris Waller to come up and said what he said the other day was fantastic. It's it's nice to be respected, I suppose.
And you got our champion apprentice aboard?
Yeah, CJ. No, she's not an apprentice anymore.
No,
yeah, she's the champion. But yeah, no, CJ's on, and she's just sent me a text saying, "Yeehaw, budgerigar," basically. So she's happy with the alley, and yeah, CJ's a great person. She got us here by winning the Gateway for us, and yeah, and it's great.
Hey, you've obviously dared to dream. You've been doing it for a while, but have you got any idea what will unfold in the mounting yard at Eagle Farm Saturday afternoon if the Inflictor is first home in the $3 million the Star Stradbroke?
I'll be bawling my eyes out. I know that much. I'll enjoy it. I'll enjoy the day. I've gone and bought myself a new suit. And the Stradbroke Day is his racing colours. So the theme of the day is the red, black and white. So I bought a black suit. So, yeah, no, it's great. I'm just enjoying the week. Like, I couldn't believe 6 months ago how much, I suppose, coverage I've got. You know, like, it's been unbelievable, like from Channel 7 to SEN or whatever, Sky. It's been great. And Radio TAB, and I'm lapping it up. And I told the BRC that if they wanted to be promoted, yeah, I was the right bloke for it.
Good stuff, mate. It's fantastic to have you along. And look, it's one of the great racing yarns, and this is what racing is all about, isn't it?
Yep, it definitely is. And look, win, lose or draw on the weekend, I'm the happiest man in the world. But I can tell you one thing. He tries his heart out, he'll have a red-hot go, and from that alley, he's a big chance.
You beauty. All right, mate.
Thanks, mate.
Craig Cousins, ladies and gentlemen. Best of luck. How good's that? Brittany's here from Ladbrokes to give us the market update. She's had time to digest all this. You're right. You're rugged up, Britt. Grab this one and talk me through what your market guys are telling you.
Well, there hasn't been a hell of a lot of change from this market as we had pre-barrier draw. Our favourites still remain at the same quotes. War Machine at $2.80, Rise at Dawn at $8.50. There have been 3 horses that have changed in this market and only one firmer, and that is Golden Mile, who drew in barrier number 2, has moved into $11. So well done to Camille for a nice draw, left with the last one on the table. So not so much could be said. Rothfire, where are you who drew? I remember that big sigh as you came up and drew a wide gate, out to $21 now. So if you have great faith in your horses, you should. Then you can have a little bit more there, $21 for Rothfire. And the other drifter has been Bezuster, who's been $17 out to $21. So they're the only 3 changes in this market in this early stage post-barrier draw. But obviously there's plenty of betting time to happen throughout this week, and I'm sure there'll be plenty of changes to come.
Who do you like?
I find this really, really hard, honestly. I'm sort of with the market. I think it is the progressive one. I like low weights in handicap, so I think it can be Team Hayes winning there first.
Okay, well, you make him very happy now that he's dashing off to get himself a jacket. Brittany Taylor, ladies and gentlemen, thank you from Ladbrokes. That's it. We might wrap it up, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you've enjoyed tonight. I hope you stay warm, and we look forward to Calcutta Saturday, Friday, right here. Then, of course, the Star Stradbroke, $6.5 million in prize money at headquarters on Saturday afternoon, and the skies will be crystal clear. Enjoy, everyone. See you soon.